Welcome to Shooting the Shit. I'm Luke Bonner. Today's guest is Democratic hopeful, the Admiral himself, Joe Sestak. How you doing, sir?
Great to see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah,
Thanks for
having
coming
me
on the
here.
show.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
You're walking across the state of New Hampshire right now.
Right.
So, how are your legs feeling?
It's a little stiff.
little
Not much
stiff?
though. I mean, I'm ready.
This will be a little break for you. We're just gonna let's go shoot around a little bit. Let's say you win this election.
Right.
You're now the president of the United States
Yep.
of America, and you're about to have your first day
Yep.
in the White House.
Yep.
I'm not talking about anything policy or
Yep.
politically related. What's like the one thing you would love to do
Yep.
on that first day at the White House?
Well, actually, my first day is going to take about 36 hours. But I'll tell you the first of those 7 things I'm going to do. The first one is a town hall in the middle of America.
I said nothing politically related.
It's not political. It's just very open. Come on in, yell and scream, do what you want, and come and see me. That's what I love is people. That's not political. It's like my daughter said after I lost my Senate race. Somebody said, "What are you going to do?" I said, "I don't know, probably be a Walmart greeter." My daughter said, "Oh, Daddy, you can't do that. Nobody will ever get in." Yeah, it's not political. That's the point. Is, who do people most respect that are in office? Somebody who's not a political, somebody different, somebody against the establishment. Other than that, okay, if you want something, if I had to do something really non-political, at least in the perception as well as the reality, then I would say sitting on the balcony with my daughter, who's my hero, beaten cancer twice, and my wife, who took me 8 years. I proposed to her the second day I met her. 8 years later, she said yes, literally, and just having a quiet breakfast.
Oh, he's got it. He's got it.
Wait a minute. Am I still doing it?
We're just horsing around now, right? Do you have any thoughts on kind of like the current setup, cultural setup, I guess, of like running for president? Because it's almost like running for president is a very different skill set than like being the president, right?
Yeah.
We weigh so much on the debates we talked about and things like that. Like, do you have any thoughts on the structure that we just like have created of?
I do, very much, because I think how you run for campaign should be how you should govern. So if someone said to me, from either Courts, Fox 90, why aren't you running an outrage? This is a campaign of outrage. I said, well, if I'm running to unite this country, how can I run on outrage if I'm trying? Doesn't mean I don't disagree on things if I'm not, how can I govern that way? Second, you asked me what I'd do my first day that was non-political. Notice what I said. I'd hold a town hall. That's how I campaign. As we go through here, we have brought together groups of people along the way. When the Tea Party patriots when healthcare didn't agree with it, I had 10 town halls. I get out there and I shake their hands. And then you come in and they yell and scream at me for 3.5 hours, but I waited till the last one left. And at the end of 10 town halls, they took a picture with me. They didn't vote for me, but I mitigated their anger as I quietly explained things. And that's how I'm going to govern.
At first, I was like, didn't know what to expect. I researched you though. You have like a super impressive background. But I want to hear it from you. Like, what makes you kind of different from the rest of the field?
Yeah. Well, first, I wasn't getting in a year and a half ago. My daughter's brain cancer, as you probably know, came back. Only 8% of kids ever survive. She's done it a second time. So I had to pay back my country again, because you give me the health care in the military, I'm still on military coverage that took care of her. So there's 2 reasons. I honestly believe that the most important issue we have, and we're Hobson's choice, which is we have no choice, is elect somebody not just to replace Mr. Trump, but to heal our country's soul. If we don't have somebody who can unite America again, we're not going to make it. But there's a second reason, Luke. This depth and breadth of global experience that this nation's invested in me, working in the White House, President Clinton, direct defense policy, being in war and peace, being on the ground for a short period as head of the nation's strategic anti-terrorism unit, commanding battle group, it taught me the principles of this world. If you're going to use our military, you better know how it's going to end before it begins. Because militaries don't fix problems. We can stop them, but we don't fix them. And I don't think anybody thinks we fixed Iraq. And so few people understand that today.
Joe Sestak, thank you so much for joining us on Shooting the Before you go, gotta end on a make. Gotta end on a make.
Same thing, right?
Wherever you want, wherever you want.
I want it long. It's harder.
There it is.
Oh!
There it is.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming. Yeah.